Yo, okay, so let me flip over here so I can see the comments. Boy, well, it feels good to win, right? Like you'd rather win ugly than lose ugly. And all year we've lost ugly. I'm gonna flip this the other way. Sorry, it's a little easier to hold this way. All year you've lost ugly, and so I guess it's nice to win ugly for once. Yeah, we'll talk about all the issues and stuff. We'll break the game down tomorrow. We'll just kind of do a little bit more of a raw live reaction. Um, I've kind of been on you guys against you guys all year on bench and DJ. I mean, I think I'm ready to move on. Although that pass to Douglas was, yeah, like I'm just telling you, I'm not confident that Brock or Luke could make that. But we'll break down the negatives later and certainly talk about them in tomorrow's video. But yeah, I mean, you stop the bleeding, right? I think you're probably going to get. I mean, did Byron Lewis already commit? I mean, I think he's going to commit tonight. I feel pretty good about that. Um, but you stop the bleeding. Like that's what you had to do. Who cares what it looked like? The team's not good, Like so we can just. I think I can just hold it like this. No, the team's not great. So we can just be honest with what it is. I mean, you'd rather win when you're not great than lose when you're not great. Like I mean, it ain't that deep, right? Um, it's better to win than to lose. The defense, I'll tell you, really since the second half of that BC game, the defense has been a lot better. Um, Defense has been way better. I listen. I love women's sports, but the volleyball on the main screen is killing me, and I can't get up because I'm doing this now. But I Edwin Joseph, great game with the pick. I know he had the personal foul at the end of the first half, but great game with the pick and then the game-ending sack. I mean, even the kid that we've been calling out, Marvin Jones Jr. Now I wish he'd have stayed on the ground and not celebrated when he got the sack um, and strip fumble, but it was good to see even him make some plays. Farmer was a man absolutely possessed. I thought Josh Farmer was phenomenal tonight. Um, I I thought Pat Payton was really really good. Oh my goodness! All right, we're gonna talk. We're gonna be positive for now. We'll be negative in a little bit, but Payton and Farmer both really really good tonight. Ja'Kai Douglas really really good tonight. I need to go back and rewatch. I need to look at um, it a little bit closer, but I thought Toa Philly was really good tonight. I thought Cam Davis ran really hard tonight. Um, Jalen Brown, I thought was really good tonight. Hakeem Williams, I think was really, really good tonight. Um, I thought the offensive line was really good tonight. I thought the offensive line played really, really good. Quindarius Jones, man, we heard really, really good things about Q Jones in spring last year. Um, and And in fall too, I just the defensive backs room was so loaded that you weren't going to see him. I think Q Jones is a stud, and they kept trying him down there on their end, and they weren't able to be very successful when he was there. Um, I think that people are people are upset on Twitter even after the win. I mean, y'all are upset too. I get it, but we covered a spread. Listen, um, Florida State's undefeated when I pick against them, so that's good. Um,
You a
my guy,
recruit and you ain't going to Florida State. What you doing?
yeah, my guy Austin, go Knowles, love you so much, TJ. I know Austin is definitely lit right now. Listen, there's a lot of negative to talk about. There's a lot that we could dwell on. I don't necessarily know that I want to do that tonight. We'll do a full like game breakdown tomorrow, and there's a lot that has to get fixed. But I mean, your defense stepped up for you. I mean, if I'd have told you that Florida State was only scoring 14 points tonight, you probably didn't think we were going to win. I didn't. I would have told you no. In fact, I think Harlan. I don't know if you remember it, but I think my game prediction was like 24-14. Like I expect the defense to be pretty good, and honestly, we got a little lucky that they couldn't kick a field goal at times. I mean, I guess they made three of them, but 60% on field goals is pretty bad. Um, and that's how close it was. If they just make a couple field goals, you lose the game. Um, I wouldn't imagine that we would have had a great chance to go down there and score late. Um, but they found a way to get it done, and I think there's a lot of things wrong with this team. There's a lot of things that need to get fixed. There's a lot of things that probably are never going to get fixed. And this team is just going to kind of be what it is. But you'd certainly rather win than lose, right? Like you could certainly have had all of these complaints and then ended up losing the game. Man, I think Baylor was up. Baylor was up a couple of scores. Oh, you know what? I think I can turn this on my TV. Looks like Colorado's come back. Um, yeah, I get it. If y'all want to be negative, I'm good with y'all wanting to be negative. That I'm totally fine with that. At the end of the day, the defensive performance was really good. Um, the offense is still pretty atrocious. There's no doubt about that. That has to get better, or Florida State's just not going to um, do anything that they wanted to this year. I mean, they're already not going to, so I don't know that really matters. But um, yeah, the offense is still really bad. You're going to lose a lot of games, but you'd rather win today than lose, right? Nobody's actually. What's funny, seeing the comments and stuff, nobody's actually happy. Like we finally won a game, and everybody's still pretty miserable. Which I get it, right? Like it was an ugly win, but sometimes you have to pick up an ugly win, I guess. Harlan, am I is my layer, like, me personally? Am I bigger than the screen? Like, is there any way you can shrink me without seeing the background? It's easier to hold the phone like this. If not, it's not a big deal. Um, but yeah, I mean, we can read through some comments. I don't see a scenario where Brock or Luke wouldn't have had just as much production on offense as DJ. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with you. I don't know how much benefit there really is to playing DJ. I think you're going to lose to SMU. I think you're going to lose to Clemson. And so what's the point? Unless you just don't want, unless mentally you don't want to put, yeah, I don't think Brock can throw as well as DJ. But mentally, if you don't want to put Brock out there to um, lose to Clemson by 40, like, I could see you starting DJ so that Brock doesn't have to wear that in his confidence. And then maybe you play Brock at a different point in the year. I don't know. That I wonder if that, I'm not trying to give Mike a pass because I know you guys are pissed right now. I don't know. SMU put out like 40 points today. So we'll see. But like, what if Mike's reasoning? All right, serious question. What if Mike's reasoning for not putting Brock out there is that he doesn't want Brock or Luke, whoever, to, like, lose to Clemson and Miami and Notre Dame by like 30 or 40 points? Like, doesn't want that on them. Like, I'm not saying you have to agree with it there, but does that make sense? I don't know. Trying to think through the logic here, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that they keep DJ in there and they don't throw the ball. Now, again, his pass to Ja'Kai, the game winner, was really, really good. Like, really good. But no, all right, I'll answer that question on the OC back. But the pass that he missed to Benson, like, that's one you just have to hit. Like, that's just a pass you have to hit. And obviously it's frustrating when you don't. Um, First drive of the game in Dublin, you score. After that, you scored 14 points for the rest of the game. Against Boston College, you scored 13 points. Against Memphis, you scored 12 points, and against Cal tonight, you scored 14. I don't necessarily know that the OC being back tonight helped anything, right? Like, I like Alex. He's actually been a really nice guy to me. Like, that's not a personal attack. I don't know that anything changed, right? Your team's good for about a score or two a game, maybe three if you kick a couple of field goals. I don't think Atkins being back did anything. I mean, do you guys think it? I mean, you scored 14 points against Cal. I don't. I don't think Atkins being back did anything. Offensive line looked a lot better, and I will say having Washington there and not having Scott in, which Scott's banged up and was out too. It'd be great if they could get Byers back there. I have some confidence that he could maybe be back for SMU, maybe be back for Clemson if not SMU. But I think when you get Byers back, you'll be even better on the offensive line. And if they can run the ball on SMU, they'll be in pretty good shape. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks for being a hate watcher. Thomas, who's your team, man? Hopefully not the Canes, man. They look great. Defense is really good. Okay. Here's another thing. Yeah, the offensive line looked incredibly better, like leagues better than they looked all year. Like, I don't know if that's a serious question or not, but yeah, the way compared to how they looked all year, the offensive line was incredibly different. I liked Toafili and Cam a lot. I don't like this rotating around. I don't like that Clausen video. Hey, thanks for sticking around, man. I got some pushback on that video, but whatever, man. It was funny. People take stuff too seriously. Thomas, thanks for hanging out. I thought listen, I think Roydell is fine. I like Toafili in there better. I like Toafili in there a lot more. And I love the way that Cam Davis runs. Like those two, to me, that would, yeah, OD on Mango side. I'll screenshot that one. Hey, put that up on the screen, Harlan, and take a screenshot for me so I can send it to somebody. The Mangoes. Yeah, I think Toafili and Davis should just be your 1-2. I'm not trying to be a jerk on Roydell, but you got this big stable of back. I don't know that you need that many. I really like the way that now Cal's not a good team, right? Like, so try and remember that. Like, I don't think those guys are going to run like that against Clemson, but I like the way that Toafili and Cam ran the ball. Good to see Cam back out there after he took an absolute licking. Was worried there for a minute that was like concussion or something weird. I thought most of your wide receivers played good. Listen, I get it. Y'all hate DJ. I'm not trying to stand up for him at all, but I really liked the way DJ's pass to Morlock was really good, and Kyle's got to catch that, and Kyle knows he has to catch that. Like he made some nice plays in the first half. Kyle really did catch a couple of nice balls, helped you move the ball. He had one play where DJ scrambled. I think it was on the interception drive, so we didn't get anything out of it. But where DJ scrambled and evaded a little bit of pressure and then found Morlock 15 yards down the field on a 3rd and long. That was a great play by Morlock. He had another one where he caught a screen, took it down the sideline. Another great play by him. But man, that drop. If you don't drop that, we're past the 50. And we drove the ball tonight. Like, nothing was pretty. Nothing looked incredibly easy. But man, our drives, 79 yards, a couple of 3-and-outs, 19 yards, turnover on downs, 33 yards punt, 62 yards interception, 60 yards touchdown. Like, we drove the ball fairly well. And I thought, Morlock had some nice plays. If Morlock catches that pass, you don't go 3-and-out to open up the second half. And maybe you go put a little bit more distance. It was frustrating because it feels like, obviously DJ throws a lot of inaccurate passes. He's not a very high percentage guy. He's missed a lot. The interception was horrid. I get that. But man, when you're actually hitting the guys in the hands, like, and that's why to me, it's not just a DJ problem. Like, now tonight it was mostly on him, but like, you can't drop passes, man. Like, it is terrible how many passes I feel like we've dropped this year. So that has to get cleaned up. Whether it's Brock or DJ or Mike Norvell throwing the ball, you got to stop dropping passes. 9-3. DJ, the one thing I will say, 14-9. There you go. TJ, maybe you should call him MJJ before the game next time. After the half, you called him out, and he started playing good. Go Noles. He did. He had a couple of nice plays there in the second half late. Shout out Thorne. Oh, we can play a sound, Harlan. Sorry.
Put a smile on your face. Okay? Because Florida State, if we gonna do it then, we do it big then. Let's go, baby.
Okay, I got a question. if you're mad, so somebody commented, "I'm so pissed." You don't have to put that one up there, Harlan. But somebody commented, like, "I'm so pissed." What are you mad about? Like, you knew what this team was before the game started. Like, what is there to be mad about? Your team won. They're not good. Like, the team is not good. The defense played well tonight. Master Mono was really good. Um, but the team is not good. And so, like, what is there to be mad about? Like, they won a game. They're not a good team, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but they're a bad team, and they won. Like, what is there to be pissed about? Maybe you're pissed they did win. Oh, double reverse for Colorado here. 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. Um, what's there to be mad about? What do you think about Mike being aggressive? Oh, just because I like Ryan here, even though he is a gray name in the Patriot in the Discord now. I do appreciate Ryan's question. I felt like that was a poor decision too. Trying to kick the 50 yard instead of letting him try to kick the field goal. I mean, I don't know. The one thing I will say, and nobody wants to hear me defend Mike Norvell after this season. I get it. But like there are some times you go to your kicker and you just kind of ask like before the game, like, hey man, what's the distance tonight? What's the range tonight? What are you feeling? What did you hit in warm-ups? Where are you comfortable? And so we don't know this, but like Fitz could just be like there, like he could have gone to Fitz and said, like, hey, what's the range tonight? He's like, dude, I can't 50's like my max. Like I'm not there right now. Like I don't know that I can hit that that kind of stuff could factor into, you know. I also will say this: when the season is over already, like it is, just be ballsy. Just go for the throw, right? Like now, I still think that was a poor decision. I'm gonna agree and say that was a poor decision. But if that was Mike's train of thought of like, hey man, we stink and we're gonna lose a lot more games than we win, so let's just go for it. I don't love the way it turned out. I still wouldn't have done it myself, but I can live with that. So yeah, didn't love the decision on fourth down there, but is what it is. Go Baylor, bro. Prime of them are driving right now. I think they might win. Definitely have a smile on my face. Yeah, you guys that are sad or mad or whatever, like to me, what this year comes down to for the rest of the year is what do the young guys look like? Like Cam looked great, Quindarius Jones looked great, Edwin Joseph looked great. I'll say this too. I crapped a lot on the effort from the defensive line early in the year. I think I can correct all of that, or not correct it, but like I think all of that is out the window. I think the effort from the defensive line tonight and against Memphis. What I was worried about. This is maybe my biggest takeaway from the game. What I was worried about is that they went max effort against a bad Memphis team, against a group of five Memphis team, and I thought Pat and even Marvin Jones Jr., who I don't think is very good. Even his effort was good. Pat's effort was good. Josh's effort was good. Byron Turner's effort was good. Daniel Lyons' effort was really good. And that's like fresh off the game. I'm not even, obviously I haven't rewatched it yet. I thought effort was really, really good tonight from the defensive line. Linebackers played, okay, about as well as they could. I thought Blake played okay. Cam Riley played okay. I need to go back and rewatch that. I don't think a lot got to the linebackers though, so maybe not. Maybe the linebackers were just meh. But yeah, I thought the effort from the defensive line was much, much, much better. And I'll say that. Like as much as we crapped on them in the beginning, and we made comments talking about like, oh, these are the guys that held you hostage for NIL and this, that, and the other. They played well, right? And their effort was through the roof tonight. And I'll say that I'll finish that up with this, and I'll try and read some more comments. Super chat if you want to get it read for sure. Have something that's urgent. I don't even care how much the super chat is. Like, just make if you want it to be seen. But I was worried that some of those guys that held you hostage over the portal would be the first to check out, would be the first ones to just say like, "Hey man, we're done with this year," and they haven't. Like at 0-3, they're still bringing it. They're still kind of max effort, and so shout out to those guys. That's I don't even care what the reasoning is. Somebody said like, "Oh, they're doing it so they can get to the NFL." Whatever, doesn't matter. I don't care what you play for. Just play hard. So all right. They don't deserve the Jameis speech. No, no, no. The Jameis speech, any super chat sounds are for you guys. It's not for the teams. At least we're seeing improvement. I agree. I think it was improvement. I mean, Cal was 3-0. They went into Auburn. I mean, Cal and Georgia Tech would play a close game. Cal and BC would play a close game. Cal and Memphis would play a close game. Like, all four teams are similar talent levels to you. You were a double-digit favorite against everybody else. Well, no, Memphis was 7. And you're only a 3-point favorite against Cal. So, like, you know, Cal's right on par with those teams, right? What's this here tonight? 7 sacks tonight. That's a big step up. Yeah, I think the defensive line was great. I think the defensive line was really good. Put those tomahawks on the boys' helmets. Yeah. I'm mad because Mike Norvell almost cost us the game. Well, almost doesn't count in football. He also won the game. I'm sorry, TJ. You're fine. At SMU, then home, Clemson win and win. If they win the next 2 games, I don't know what, but we'll do something special. I have no idea what that special thing would be. Hit the like button. I saw that little thing that Harlan just threw up. Bro, look at the Seminoles.com store. I shouldn't have said that. Shop at Garnet and Gold only. But the Seminoles.com store, like popping up, like, oh, Seminoles win. Come spend money at our store. Like, all right, man. We're still shopping at Garnet and Gold on this channel. We'll beat SMU. We'll see, man. I don't know how I'm feeling about the SMU. Why can't FSU recruit? We'll talk about that on another episode. This is a reaction to a game, not necessarily their. But I have done a lot of videos on their recruiting issues, and I would love if you went to the channel and watched them. We've done that a ton. Anything else really good here? 1 win, 5 more to go. Baylor got the 4th down stop. That was good. Win boosts morale. Yeah, I mean, I kind of think they have a good chance to go to SMU and win next week. I think I don't know that it's a sure thing, but I can see that. Nicholson got exposed in coverage. Okay, on that Nicholson play, I saw that. Hey, I'm back. What was the question? I got paused up on a question and lost it. But whatever it was, I was going to answer it. Angry Canes fans got to TJ in person. Oh, Nicholson, thank you. On that Blake play where he got beat on so he was on a tight end who was let me turn some of this other stuff. I'm sure I'm real laggy. Turn some of this other stuff off real quick. Uh, Blake was on a tight end inside. That tight end split out, and so he had to cover him out in space with no help. Honestly, I just thought that was a really, really good job of drawing up a play to get a mismatch. I know that, I mean, maybe it's like he got exposed or whatever, but like I think they just did a really good job of seeing that Blake was on the tight end, and so they motioned that tight end out. When I watched that back at right before the half, like I thought it wasn't as big of a deal as that one play was. Otherwise, I didn't think Blake was too bad, but I'd certainly need to go back and watch it. Yeah, for the people upset, I just don't understand being upset in this. I don't understand why you'd be upset here. It's not, the team is the team. They found a way to win. Defense was great. Offense still not there. Offense, I think, okay, well, that's this. Outside of the first drive against Georgia Tech, I think this was the best the offense looked all year. Now, it still wasn't good, but I think, is that fair? Is it fair that this was the best the offense looked all year? Uh-oh, Baylor driving. Uh-oh, Dion. I think this is the best the offense looked all year. Can we get rid of that Seminole boy? He's annoying me, Harlan. So maybe it'll improve. Maybe it won't. SMU, yeah, not good. Agree, but better. And so, like, what more? I don't know what more well, I do know what more you could want. You guys want a lot more. I want a lot more.
But if there is improvement, like if they can continue to improve, like I mean, DJ's going to start again next week. I'd be shocked if he starts Brock Glenn on the road at SMU. Although SMU is not bad. The other thing I think if you get down, yeah. See, I don't think people are quite understanding the question. 14 points is not impressive. You are absolutely right. But to me, that's the best the offense has looked all year. What I wish, dude, I think the officiating tonight, and I'm glad we won because I want to do an officials video this week. I think the officiating tonight was atrocious. I think the officiating tonight was so bad. I think the holding call was putrid. I think there were bad spots on both the drive that they kicked the field goal on to make it 9 and the drive that we scored a touchdown on. I thought the holding on us was really bad. They missed a holding on Farmer. It might have been in the end zone, the more I think about it. I thought the officiating was terrible. And I also think that if they don't call that holding on that second drive, I think we go up 14-0. I think we go up 14-0. Baylor touchdown. 5 minutes left. They're up 31-24. I think if we go up 14-0, DJ never throws that first pick. We have a complete. Now you guys still don't want DJ to start. I get it, but man, they screwed us so bad on that holding. It was terrible. It was a pancake block. Like he just threw him to the ground, and the ball was down at the 1. And if you score that touchdown to make it whatever it was, right, it would have been 14-0. DJ doesn't throw the pick. It's 14-0. That would have been enough to win it. You probably win this thing like 21-6. Some of those spots, you're right, Thorne. Some of those spots were atrocious. We'll do a ref video this week. But I hate doing a ref video when we lose the game. I hate doing a ref video if we lose because then it sounds like I'm blaming the refs. Newsflash, I'm not blaming the refs. I've said this team was terrible for like a month now. Like, it ain't the refs' fault, but they were awful tonight, man. I don't know how that one guy, it was on that far side, how he kept screwing up those spots over and over and over again. It was bad. It was really bad. Fortunately, you got the touchdown to Douglas. That was the prettiest pass that DJ has thrown as a Seminole. Like, just complete dime, complete dropped it in the breadbasket. Absolutely perfect touch. That was a really, really, really good pass. I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see more good passes, but I thought that was really, really impressive. We have a right to be pissed, though. Mike has 5 seasons to get things in order. It's been an upward trajectory until this season. 0-3 is ridiculous at FSU. A school like Syracuse, not so much. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can be mad. Okay, so yeah, you absolutely can be mad about the way this season is going. I don't think there's any problem with that. I think the people that are like, I can't believe this right now, I'm pissed off tonight. I mean, you found you're not a good team, and so you have a right. But like the people that are acting surprised or mad, I mean, we still won the game. The point is to win the game, and I know you'd like it to look a lot prettier than it did, but you won the game. So it's hard for me to be in that bad of a mood, right? I know it didn't look good. I know there's a lot of warts, there's a lot of problems, but they won the game, right? Like we can take 15 minutes to celebrate the win. I guess we're at 30 now. All right. Quick thoughts, quick reaction. It's late. I want to watch other games, so I'm going to let you guys go. But I do appreciate you guys, as always. Appreciate our friends over at the Mango Board. Appreciate our friends over at Rapid SEO Host. Appreciate our friends over at Survival Meds. We'll put a link to all of that in the description. Hey, they did a good job. The defense was really good. Offense found a way to answer when they had to, and see if they can build on it. They can get out of Cal 2-3. We'll trick ourselves into thinking that we can beat Clemson. So, all right, I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. We'll have a real show at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed, and we will see you then. Love you guys. Go Noles. Hey, a win. I like it. All right, go Noles.